Siema, siema, witam was serdecznie na moim kanale, ja jestem Ardal, a to jest kolejny odcinek naszych przygód z grą Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Drodzy widzowie, nie przedłużam, wam życzę miłego oglądania. Jedziemy. Najpierw się musimy umyć. Śmierdzimy strasznie, nam nie chce gadać. Przyczep do pasa. Krótka tunika. Przeszywanica. Naucz się. Tak.
Aha! So that's why they sent you for the wine. Wait a moment then. I'll be right back.
Katarzyna.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
Napalić ci będę.
You were attacked by those bandits.
What bandits? What are you on about?
Podstawa
You were
jest.
attacked at the pond. You, some other women, and so were we, as it happens.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle and I wasn't at any
Może ona z
pond.
nimi współpracuje.
And I have no idea why you're trying to deny it. I saw you with my own eyes. You were washing laundry there with some other girls.
Well, I reckon you weren't looking too much at faces, eh? Clear off, you lecher.
Here's your wine. Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine. Bye.
Please, I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to von Berghoff, and you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. He'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again!
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
Musi się na wesele dostać jakieś.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
Gotowy na co?
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
Dobrze.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house, but as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's why I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks, so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
Dobrze zrobimy to.
All right, we'll do it. Carrying a few sacks won't kill us. For sure, it's less daunting work than
ptaszek
fighting
będzie
bandits in
marudził.
the woods.
It's terrible about them bandits. We never had nothing like that here before. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right, we'll do it.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
Ze Skalicy.
Skalitz.
Never heard of it. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life. but I know this place inside and out.
Jak się tutaj żyje?
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Gdzie tu znajdę pracę?
Where can I find work here?
First, you gotta carry them sacks for me, so don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Crazel. He needs helpers now and then. But watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things, all right.
Well then, be careful.
Is this the only tavern here?
In Troskowitz it is.
You must be doing pretty well then, eh?
I'd be doing a lot better if everyone paid their bills.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you. So you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
Where's the pantry?
Second door inside the tavern. You can't miss it.
Słyszałem coś o weselu.
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truskowitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, that's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets hitched to a bat-house wench.
Czy pan Bergow będzie na weselu?
Will Lord von Bergov be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Kim jest sen?
Who is this Semin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort and the village belong to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family, and his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Gdzie będzie wesele?
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Czy ja mógł mieć udział w tym weselu?
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svatja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
Okej.
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Here it comes.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Bergov is about to leave the castle.
Sacra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down, let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, from the local noble family, is getting married. He's marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's going to be a big event.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks like Von Bergov will be there.
Oh, that's fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
Coś wymyślę.
I'll come up with something.
I hope so. You can't expect me to do the thinking for both of us all the time. We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
We can work off our debt. All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
Masz pojęcie, jak wyglądasz?
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well, all right. I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar. As if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Oh!
Każdy musi pracować.
Work, your lordship, is an activity that all us common folk have to do when we need money. And it wouldn't hurt you for once either.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks? That's against God and nature.
Gdzie ja w tym jestem?
So, which do I belong to?
Good question. Before I'd have said you were a peasant, but it turned out that you're a noble's bastard. And you're pretty handy with a sword. And you've even been in a monastery.
I'd rather forget about that.
You're a bit of everything. But if you get your hands dirty with labour, it wouldn't be such an offence against divine order as in my case. Pure blood, noble status and that. In short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
A pani dasz mi pomóc?
Are you really not going to help me? It's just a couple of sacks.
Come now, Henry. What did I tell you about Bellatoris and the natural order of the world? I simply cannot carry sacks.
They say clothes maketh the man, and you don't look much like a noble right now. So, I don't think the natural order will collapse if you get your hands dirty.
What do you know about a nobleman's honour? It's not long since I had to drag one sack through the night, and if I hadn't, that sack wouldn't be here now. So I think I've done my fair share. I mean it, Henry. Stop trying to push me.
Suit yourself, then. Right, I'll get to work. Alone.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
How? While giving me a large estate?
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
Ach ja. Ale widziałem, że zaawansowaliśmy. Tak, poziom główny. Entuzjasta. Praktykowanie alchemii wprowadzić przyjemność, by śladu zmęczenia przez godziny. Podczas tworzenia miksu twój poziom wypoczęcia wzrośnie, a na scenie by nie spadało. Podczas ważenia mikstury twój poziom wypoczęcia wzrośnie, a nasycenie nie będzie spadało. Handlarz. Uważone samodzielnie mikstury będą więcej. Ucz się. Handlarz miksturami. Dobra, co tu jeszcze mam? Wiedza, poduszeczka. Skradanie. Złodziejstwo. Wiedza, poduszeczka, jazda konna. Picie. Rzemiosło, dopasowanie. Poduszeczkę. Sterski tajnik. Picie. Weźmy to. Reputację. Dobra.
You're not the fella who's supposed to carry the sacks, are you?
There'd have to be two of us.
Oof! That isn't half heavy.
No. Blessings to you. It's just a couple of sacks. Get cracking.
Innkeeper, what's taking so long? Usual. Find out, my friends. I'll have a jug of wine. Taking the time again.
Tutaj położyć.
I was wondering if you'd lend me
Did you
your
hear
ear
about
when
what
it's time to
happened
sow
at the
winter
big
grain.
wheel?
Going to plough on Sunday, are you? No, nor should you.
Except I don't have a book. You won't lend me yours on any other day.
Go and see the priest first. If he says it's all right, I'll be happy to help you, friend.
God rest his soul. And get this. Milovoshka says he was in the water at least a week, judging by the state of his body.
So what? Somebody did him in and chucked him into the water.
But the
How are
river
things
there
at
has
home?
a powerful
Calm down a
current.
bit?
Aye,
The celebration is over and done with. Everything's going well. I'm in fine favour.
Without anyone
It's odd
noticing.
how well things are going.
Oh, please. Enjoy the peace and quiet while it's there.
Somebody bumped him off and didn't even rob him.
And what can I get for you?
That is strange. I reckon something devilish was involved. You see something like that?
Dobra, widzowie, musimy te worki
Loads
zanosić.
of it.
That's what you said last week.
That's supposed to
And
be
the one
Latin.
before that.
It's good for you. Pickled cabbage drives out the black bile and puts your fluids in balance.
And I doubt you do either.
Saturn and Jupiter are in a bad constellation at the moment.
Not on the
That turns off the black bile.
Look out!
Makes you ill.
You idiot.
Ten z kimś gada w międzyczasie.
But everything he says is true. The other day, he told me to give the cows dark ale to drink. What? He didn't actually do it, did he? Not all you like. But if I told you they gave 3 times as much milk...
What did you say? Say it again.
It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trotsky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
But calm down, both of you.
I'm perfectly calm. It's your chum here who's ranting and raving.
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me, you and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared.
That's enough. Cut it out, both of you.
Mind your own business. Take your ragamuffin friend and get the fuck out of our village.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me. Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
You horse son! It was him!
Miał być spokój, no.
Not twice him up!
Why did you do that?
Fucking hell! To the stocks with him! You asked for it! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
Kurde, ile was tutaj? Ja pierdzielę.
What do you want?
Czemu się na tylu wróciłeś? Jak ja mam sam wszystkim wygrać?
Show your
I'll beat you to a bloody mouth, fucker!
Kurde, głupi Jan.
What the hell is going on here? Grab them vagabonds!
Bastards! This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak... You know, if you just shut up and done some work by now and be on our way to the castle, but no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off.
Shut up! Or you'll get a whipping too.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
I'm the only one of us with any sense. I'm not the one who acts like a spoiled child.
Spoiled child? You're in danger of crossing the line, Henry. Better keep your mouth shut. I shouldn't have brought you along.
Well, that's something we can agree on. I could have been sitting in the mill instead of rotting in these stocks.
And whose fault is that?
What? Who started quarrelling with the locals in their tavern? You should have listened to me and calmed down.
And let him insult me? Fat chance. If it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear, saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Hey, let's just stop all this arguing. It'll just make things worse.
Fuck you. I've had it up to here with you. With you and your pontificating. You were supposed to make sure nothing went wrong. And how did that turn out? It was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
Oh, that's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it. But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I'll have to consider what to do next.
Ciekawe, czy on tam będzie mu nosu przeszkadzał we wszystkim? I wszystko niszczył? I cały ptaszek, straszek? Bo jest to nudne.
Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
Isn't that?
Otto.
Hey! Go!
Oh,
Oui. Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do?
You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines. I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding. I bid you farewell.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
W sumie tak. Zawsze tylko wszystko utrudniał i przeszkadzał we wszystkim. Zbrojna reputacja. Każde twoje działanie niesie ze sobą pewne konsekwencje. Jeśli popełniasz zbrodnię, to dotyczy świat ludzi zreagują na nie, czym jest przestępstwo. Wszystko, czego powinien unikać dobry chrześcijanin, uznawane jest za zbrodnię. Nie można zabijać niewinnych, kraść, włamywać się do cudzych domów, krzywdzić ludzi, a nie zwierząt domowych, także zakłócać ich spokojnego życia. Konsekwencje przestępstwa. Jeśli ktoś przebyci na popełnienie przestępstwa, zgłosi to strażnikom, a bosko wotuje się z tobą sam. Nie jesteś bezpieczny, nawet jak nikt nie przyłapie ci na gorącym uczynku. Ludzie nie są głupi, mogą wydedukować, że to ty popełniłeś występek. Reputacja wpływa na to, jak traktują ci ludzie. Jeśli ktoś cię lubi, powita cię serdecznie, handlarze zaproponują zniżki. Z kolei, jeśli inni będą cię nienawidzić, mogą nie zechcieć nawet z tobą rozmawiać. Możesz poprawić swoją reputację poprzez wykonywanie zadań. Stracisz ją, jeśli będziesz popełniać przestępstwa i zachowywać się nieuczciwie. Twoje zachowanie dostrzegają inni, więc jeśli komuś pomożesz lub zranisz jakąś osobę, ludzie w okolicy wkrótce się o tym dowiedzą. Poprawa reputacji. Złą reputację zawsze można poprawić, płacąc za odpust bądź dzięki pielgrzymce pokutnej, którą może zalecić ksiądz. Niepokój. Jeśli w danej okolicy dochodzi do wielu przestępstw, ludzie staną się bardziej czujni, uzbroją się, a straże wezwą posiłki. Kiedy sytuacja się uspokoi, wszystko wróci do normy.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you, you stuck-up lord of Perkstein.
Hey!
Okej, gdzie jest... Okej, wypadałoby coś zjeść.
Over here!
Moi drodzy widzowie, to było na tyle w dzisiejszym odcinku. Jeżeli ten się wam podobał, zostawcie łapkę w górę. Zachęcam was do pisania komentarzy pod filmikiem, ustawienia subika z dzwoneczkiem. Zachęcajcie swoich znajomych, by ten kanał subowali i do zobaczenia w następnym odcinku. Siema.